Hey folks, this is Tracy with Scrappy's Rustics. Y'all, look at these. Hubba, hubba, hubba. The three on the right, the black, are black resin. And the other one is the fast cast resin, which turns white. All of these precasted molds can be found on scrappysrustics.com. I do have an affiliate for Illuminite, which can also be found on our website under affiliates, and there's a discount as well. And I do sell the fast cast resin on our website. Oh, look at that. I didn't realize that at the time of filming this. But look at the details in this. And this is just the resin. We don't even have any wax on these guys. Nothing. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to pour wax. And we're going to use the black wax. Not black wax. Black resin. So I'm going to show you how to pour these. Sometimes it can be intimidating. Y'all, this mold is massive. Like, it is massive. So far, so good. It's not a very good design because usually when you have 3D molds like this, you pour them upside down. That is clear wax that I painted. I always keep saying wax. It's clear resin that I painted black. The one you saw in the video in the beginning was actual resin, which was a little shinier. So this is from Illuminite. There's so many types of resin out there, y'all. This is the first time I'm using it. You can see I don't even know what I'm doing. I think it's going to squirt out the top, but it doesn't. But, you know, that's another story. But there's so many different types and colors and strengths, and there's a lot to learn. I would see, look, I'm trying to pour it. It's not even open. I would get this again, this black resin, because it saves you a step of painting it. A lot of metallics, they look best when they're behind black. So this will save you a step of having to paint. And this is a fast cast as well. So this black set up very fast, which is unusual because I'm so used to using the clear that turns white that sets up fast. This was a little different. But it's an excellent product, and it is Illuminite black resin. So I'm making a lot because this mold is big. And as I was saying, 3D molds are poured upside down or created upside down. So the design of that with the ball and then it getting very thin in the hands, it's very, very, very difficult to get this mold out of its casting, get the casting out of the mold because of its size and just because of the way it is shaped. I do try to get it out for you in the end, but ultimately I had to put it on the floor, put my knee on it. I mean, it was just really something. I use all my strength to get this out. Every time it's been a challenge. Yes, I could cut it and, you know, clip it up or rubber band it up, but I'd rather not do that. So here I'm like, what is wrong with these spouts? I guess you got to cut them. I don't know. It was just easier for me to go ahead and pour them. And this is in real time because I want you to see how resin is poured. Any resin that I've ever used, color, strength, dry time, it's 50-50. I would like to say that some resins are more finicky as far as being, you want to be as accurate as you possibly can with your half and half dose. You also want to make sure that you wipe your rims before putting your lids on, especially for part B. Part B is usually always the hardener, and if you don't wipe it and you put your lid on, there's a good chance that it will get stuck and you won't be able to get it off. Resin does go rank. If you've been sitting on some resin, y'all use it. It will go bad. Resin is not cheap. Don't be afraid of it. It's not, yes, you should wear gloves. You should do, this stuff didn't even smell. The only stuff that I think smells is the clear, long-lasting stuff. That's the only stuff that I've had that stinks bad. But this stuff didn't smell at all. But use your resin. It will go bad. It's not hard, I promise you. Once you are ready, have extra molds available in case you didn't, because sometimes it's hard to know how much you need to mix, how much your mold is going to take. You just don't know. So have other molds available to just dump off, especially when you're doing fast cast stuff that dries on you real fast and you know have that extra layer of pressure, like, oh geez, I gotta go. It's gonna harden up on me, which you'll see, I believe it does in this video. Just that way you don't waste it. And you can add, it won't hurt it. You can add 10 times to fill up a mold. You'll never know. I mean, if you use different resins, you'd know, but if you use the same color resin, same type of resin in the same mold over, 3 weeks, just adding a little bit of your extra, you'll never know. It all just melds together and You never know what happened. So scrape out what you can, because again, you want to get as close to the 50-50 as you possibly can. I feel like we spend a lot of time, measuring it out and then trying to get every drop out of the cups, and you should. The black, the part A was definitely thicker than part B. Part B was more liquidier, and it was kind of like a brown color, as you saw. And so this is a little weird for me because you really can't see the two colors mixing. Like when you're mixing the fast cast white, it's kind of milky, and then all of a sudden it becomes clear, and that's when you know it's time to go. You got to go, because the more you make and the bigger your mold, the faster it reacts. So the faster, now I feel it starting to heat up is why it starts to get hot, because it will get hot. That's how the whole chemical reaction happens, and the resin forms its hardness. And some you got to make sure you stir the sides and the bottom, but you really don't have to stir it for long, especially the fast cast stuff, because it will set up on you. Like I said, if you're going to do this for the first time, start out small. Start out with a mold that isn't that intricate, that you don't have a lot of places it's got to flow in, just something that's open and big. Not big, but just a big open area, not a lot of intricate details. Just to gain your confidence and to see what it's like. What is it like to mix the resin? How does that process work? How long should I stir it? Did I wait too long? Did I not stir it enough? I had a disaster today. First time it's ever happened. I had a mold actually open up on me, and all the resin poured out. What a mess. But I got through it, but it was a mess. And I ended up losing the whole batch, a whole cupful. So I am so close to having the perfect amount for this mold. And this is the first time I've used this black stuff. And no, actually that is not true. Oh yeah, it is true, because wait a minute. No, I took the pictures after I filmed this. Yeah. So this is the first time I'm using it. So I nailed it. It's hard to be accurate and know exactly how much you're going to use. But again, you just mix a little more. And I'm trying to get every last drop. I'm trying to make this work, but I just couldn't do it. I was so close. Just so close. I probably could have left it there, but I can't just leave it. Look at, I'm like that close, so close. So what I'm doing is, because there's a big area and a small area, like the neck part, I'm trying to just tap it a little to get any air bubbles out. So now that's the white fast cast that came out of that mold there. We're going to do one in the black. That is the lion. Y'all, these make awesome bottle toppers. So I'm really excited to do the hand. There's so much detail in that big crystal ball hand. She has rings and fingernails, and there's just so many hidden different elements within that, and it's all going to come out once we put a contrasting color on there, or the metallic waxes. I'm really excited to do that one, and that would make an excellent Halloween bottle topper. Just on its own, it's a statement piece. Like I said, that mold is massive. Like, it is just, I did weigh it, and I forget what it weighs, but we have a set of wings that is even twice the size of that thing, and that's the most resin I've ever poured in one mold in my life, the wings, but they are absolutely stunning. I have a pair that I've rusted up, but I haven't finished them yet, so I need to get on that, because they are just beautiful. I don't know what to do with them. See, that stuff's set up already in the big one, but not enough, because the force that I have to put on that mold, I really let that one sit and cure for a while, because like I said, getting that one out it's a job. It is a job. But be mindful when you buy 3D molds, especially from somewhere else. The designs, they're not all good. A lot of times they're not good. There's a lot of areas where air gets trapped in no matter what you do. And you end up with a bad casting, and it's all due to the mold itself and the way it's designed. It probably should have been a 2-part mold, but, it's a chance you've got to take when you do purchase molds like this. You're either going to work or they're not. The lion is fantastic. No imperfections within him, so that was a great design. The hand is great. However, it's, in the crystal ball, it's terrible to get out of the mold itself. So I hope if you haven't poured resin yet and you've been considering it, you can see how easy it is. I would probably start with the 12-hour long stuff, even though it smells, but you have like 30 minutes to work with it. And you can, manipulate it. If you have something that's intricate, you just get a little skewer and you can, you know, work it around. And I think this is where my stuff's set up. No, not yet. You can move it around. You've got time. Where the fast cast, like I said, it sets up fast. So, it adds an extra layer of stress to to you, because if it will dry up in your cup, and it's not a big deal if it does, but resin's not cheap, so you don't want to waste it. So here I'm thinking I'm going to put this in the Santa, and I think it's already set up in my cup, and I don't think I end up getting it in there. I can't remember. Do I? Nope, it's set up. See, it's sludge that fast. See that wad right there? So that's it. Game over. It's done. So now we got to wait for these to set up, and then we'll peel them out. And they are. That's the beehive. They're still warm. They're going to be very warm to the touch. But if you need to do any trimming on your resin pieces, now's the time when they're still, these aren't really pliable. If you wanted to take them out earlier, they'd be more pliable, but these are chunks. I'm not talking about like just a small mold that's flat where you can trim all the excess off while they're still pliable. So these are still hot. That one's real hot. The bigger they are, the hotter they get, and the faster they set up. Like, you would think it's the complete opposite. So if you have to do any trimming, you want to do it, while it's still pliable. And see how nice that one's nice and stretchy? Yeah, the other one is not. See, that one's nice and stretchy, and it's hot. There's different types of mold material too, believe that one. Silicone molds. We've been learning about those in our subscription group. We've been making our own 3D molds. Look how cool he came out. Flawless. Flawless. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not following, I would love for you to follow. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload new videos. If you're on Facebook or both places, please share my video. It just helps my page tremendously. And if you're not following on Facebook, please do. Comment, like, do all those things. And if you are hesitant to do resin, I hope you're not now. I hope this gives you a little confidence. And look how freaking cool those are, y'all. Look at the details in those hands. Like, it's just sick. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.